I still haven't heard anything on the commonality thing that's particularly convincing. I guess for those of you who brought up I think it was you who brought up the commonality thing.
I have one.
What? Just one thing. So, have you ever known someone who you have a lot in common with, but you're not attracted to them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so clearly, maybe you've met somebody who you have the most in common with, but you didn't date them, you're not attracted to them. So it's clear to me that commonality is not really an attraction trigger in people. So it's not about having something in common, it's about what you find attractive. So I guess, do you guys think that having things in common is a primary attraction trigger?
I think it should be.
You think it should be?
Yeah.
Is it?
For me,
I think for a lot of people it's not, but I think it'd be
It
good
should
for
be.
people to try to transcend their superficial attractions.
Okay. That would be good, wouldn't it? But
And I think people are capable of doing that.
Let me ask you a question. So my husband, he's really good at like a lot of things with the house, and he's very handy, and he could do. I have none of that experience, and nor do I care to do any of it. So that wouldn't be a commonality, or me trying to transcend so I can have more commonality with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would be the point of me trying to like go out there and build the treehouse with a kid for the kids, or go do stuff in his garage, like.
I mean, maybe your
Would our-
commonality is something you don't have anything in common with your husband.
I mean, some stuff, but some of the stuff that's now commonality with things like he introduced me to.
And why did you like him in the first place?
I was attracted to him.
And so you just dated him purely on physical attraction?
Physical attraction. He had a lot of charisma. He made me laugh. I mean, those were all attraction triggers. And at our first date, though, I wasn't like, oh, he doesn't like reading books. That's
So why do you
we're
think
done.
he started dating you?
I'm assuming attraction. He
So maybe
wasn't
that's your
really-
commonality.
Huh?
Maybe that's your commonality.
Yeah,
Is that you
but
just both care about looks.
that's what
superficial
most
things.
people look for is like they're looking your first attraction is going to be a physical attraction, and there can be things that develop that are commonalities, but I think if that's your sole reason to get with somebody because we both like this sport, I mean that's going to be pretty mundane down the road, that all you guys have is like that common trait. Like,
Yeah, if you just have one sport, that's probably going to get pretty boring. But if you
yeah,
have
but
a
I'm
bunch-
saying in
I think
general,
both-
just trying to match against commonalities, I think is like.
here, let me ask a question. So let's say there's some guy out there who has the most in common with you. Like, out of every single person in the world, most in common with you. You also brought up commonality, most in common with you. He's not attractive at all physically, just not your physical type at all. Are you going to date him?
If my boyfriend transformed into that person, yes, absolutely.
Let's assume you're single in this scenario. You're not, I don't know what your opposite of your type is. He's not it.
Yeah.
You date him?
Yeah.
You date a guy who you were like physically repulsed by?
Yes.
So long as he likes the same movies and books as you?
It's like sharing a worldview. You don't think you share a worldview with your husband?
I think he's actually really aided in like shifting my worldview. 'Cause
Okay.
I had a really
but I think that's
stupid
an
worldview.
important part of a relationship and how you bond is by adopting a similar worldview.
But I mean, we've been together 16 years. So it's not like he changed my worldview year one. But
Here, I
just-
do
yeah.
got to move it on. We did shift gears there from the whole men desiring virgins to the age gap conversation. Why don't we spend at least 3 more minutes quickly, because we stuck on the age gap thing for quite a bit. I'm still confused by the men who want virgin women are P words. I'm still confused there. I don't think we really got a good, solid answer.
I mean, my opinion is my opinion. It doesn't have to be anybody else's. I just think it's alarming when a man who is not a virgin himself only wants to date virgins. That's all I have.
But you said it's P word.
I think there's a correlation.
There's a correlation.
So does
Okay.
that mean that because you want a push gift, I should automatically assume you're a gold digger? I don't think you are. But you do want a push gift, which gold diggers would probably also want a push gift.
Mm-hmm.
But that does not logically make you like a gold digger. So a man who
I
wants
might have a little
virgin-
bit of that digger in me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm not
does
gonna
want a
sit up
house.
here and say like, and money's not everything to me, but I would like my man to be well off. if I'm gonna have a child with him.
Okay, I guess I'll bring it back to the
Like to
bald
dig a little.
coochie thing then. Are women who aren't attracted to balding men, if a woman is not attracted to a man who's balding, is she a P word?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say it again. If
Is a woman who is not attracted to a man who is balding, is she a P word? Because typically only adult men tend to be balding or bald.
No, but I would think maybe if she's not well, how old is this man? Because I'm gonna say I would say it's a little alarming if he's.
How about let me reframe it. She's only attracted to men with a full head of hair. Is she a P word?
Okay. No. But that isn't your private part. Wait. Oh, I don't really know if the top of your head is the same as a man saying, I don't want to have sex with a woman who doesn't clean up down there.
So is your argument that because this certain condition is present when you're a child, basically, that because that condition is present when you're a child, therefore you're a pedophile if you also desire that condition in adulthood?
No, I don't think that I'm talking only strictly about the men that are just so absolutely fixated on the idea of a virgin. It's a difference, like, oh, I prefer a virgin, but I will date other women. But there's some men that are commenting and saying that they would only see value in women that are virgins.
Yeah, but I mean, so what? Like that's the part I don't get is, so what?
I guess it's not for you to get then. That's okay.
Yeah. I really don't understand if a man is only desirous of a virgin and that's all that he desires, who gives a shit?
I mean, not you. That's fine.
It gives the ick. Anyways, I
Is
got
that
it's
what
the
you
ick.
guys have been just waiting for us to say? Like, if I want to get out of a conversation, do I just say, ick?
Yeah, I
let's
know.
move
I know.
on.
I know
Next
people.
video. I want to
I
get
know when
roasted on my
people are
next video.
pressed. I know this is possibly the first time in your entire life you've been pressed on a position. It's very uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be. You can just engage in the position that you espouse and then back it up with logic and reason and arguments and things. But we can just do emotions, right? So okay, it doesn't give me the ick and it gives you the ick. Does that make you feel better? We just do that. It gives you the ick, doesn't give me the ick.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
It is interesting to me, just I guess final thought on this, that a lot of men's preferences, standards, and boundaries tend to end up being framed in this. It always ends up being pathologized in some sort of way. If a man has a preference, standard, or boundary, it's you're insecure. It goes even beyond just that to beyond just shaming to pathologizing, criminalizing, the P word stuff. If he prefers a younger adult woman, or if he prefers bald coochie, excuse me, prefers a virgin,
But that was
even
your
though the
commonality,
virgin.
So do you. You prefer bald coochie. Found your commonality.
Yeah, so it is interesting though, like, insecure, what are some of the other shaming language that tends to be used with men's preferences? Insecure, misogynist, blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, let's do 3 more
It's okay
videos.
anyway, Brian, as long as you pay for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and on that note, shout out to my waxer, Self Care by Ash.
Yo,
He's
shout
located-
out, Ash, what's up? I'm gonna hit you up. Okay,
Ash.
wait, so hold on. I'm sorry, last thing. Is it okay for a woman at 18 to start doing,
That's her business, not mine.
but you don't have any qualms or objections to it?
Nope.
So no objections to an 18-year-old woman doing sex work, but objections to an 18-year-old woman, for example, dating a 35-year-old man who's desirous of a long-term monogamous relationship with her and who's otherwise a healthy individual, would have a healthy relationship with her, and
My stance on OnlyFans, I don't have one myself, but I'm all for it because I think it's an ethical way to get.
to get porn?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to linger
Or
on
watch.
the. Okay.
So
all
I
right.
think it's an ethical.
I'm not going to linger on the OF stuff.